Hello folks, it's Kikoskia here and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. When last we left off, we're in Hearthsong, specifically the Hearthsong market. We're exploring Twin Elms and hearing a lot about somebody that broke in to the most sacred of buildings for the Angwithans. Well, before we go and ask people in power about that in the hopes that we'll find a way for them to trust us enough that we can give chase,
Yes.
they won't let us into that building without really good reason. Let's go talk to the other merchants. We spoke to the weapons and armor merchant. Now it's time to speak to you, Tamra.
Builder's wisdom to you.
This tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Eargland Fath. Hides so thick the Stelga cannot claw through. Boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. I sell hides from every one of Galawain's beasts. Estramoran come from every village to see them, and know us for great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner of our lands. May I see your wares? Then here, look upon the bounty our hunters have provided us. Exceptional armor. Fine armor, dart traps. It's all good, but none of it is especially unique, so I'm gonna pass.
Yes.
Let us now look to you. See what you have.
Hail, Estermore.
Some food for your troubles? I hold here many delicious cheeses and fresh fruit. Tell me of your trade. Ah, my life is simple, and makes a poor tale. I tend the gardens and my herd, and my family picks this delicious fruit you see behind me. The gods have been kind. Let's see what you have. You will not regret it, but please, no tasting. Cocoa, rice, eggs, fish, meat, milk, poultry, vegetables, cheese, fruit, grain, sugar, camping supplies. You know what? We can go for some cocoa. We can go for some cheese, too. We shall buy all of your cheese. Fine trade. You are wealthier in coin, and we are wealthier in cheese.
Yes.
Now let us speak to you. Alari handles all the trades. I'm just her apprentice. Fair enough. I'll speak with you instead.
Estremore.
An old elven woman clothed in thick robes beckons you to approach. Welcome, foreigner, welcome! Her forearms, splotched by green and blue stains, wiggle out of her hanging sleeves like caterpillars out of ripe fruits. I've got what you seek. Always, come see. Between bows and smiles, she points to a little girl beside the herbalist's store. We're here to help you, foreigner. Yes, we are. The Fisher Crane tribe serves your people. Unguents, potions, tinctures. She makes a sprawling gesture at a collection of pots, bottles, and herbs that lie behind her. If you seek it, I have it. Always. Let's see what you have for sale. Of course, foreigner, of course. There's a lot of... Ooh, diamonds. Ooh, you've got some good stuff here, but do I need any of this right now? Honestly, potions of major endurance might not be a bad thing to buy. We'll buy 2 of them. And I will trade some stuff to you in return. Like this pistol and this gun and an exceptional S-Talk, and I can also trade to you some of these things. Yeah, that's good. We're now in profit. Excellent. And there is you. Let's
I'm here.
speak with you.
Hail, Estermore.
You have the look of a hunter, Estremore. Durin's weapons may protect the woman who seeks out misfortune. My supplies will help you to survive out in the wilds. May I see your wares? Ranit nods, gesturing to his goods with a sweep of his arm. Ooh, look at this stuff. That is a unique pistol. Dulcinel was the weapon of choice of an infamous Valian highwayman. He lurked in the foothills around Parchosi, watching for traders seeking a shortcut through treacherous mountain passes. Known for his cunning and cruelty, he usually felled his victims with a shot to the gut, leaving them to die slowly in excruciating pain from what he called Dulcinel, bad dessert. Oh dear, look at this. It's a horrible weapon. 60R bypass. Ooh. Then we have this blunderbuss, Skonmika's Roar. Inflicts disorienting 4 DR bypass. 20% of grazes converted to hits. Skonmaiker, the ogre from Adirian myths who defeated innumerable champions before finally facing defeat by a simple shepherd, was said to have a roar that could shake rain from the clouds. When charging into battle, his bellows knocked his foes from their feet and rattled their very bones. And then there is this one-handed mace. Amoranet. A priestess of Hylia in Old Valia took in children orphaned by a famine. She guarded them in the temple and gathered what food she could. When looters came to the temple doors demanding that she surrender their meager supplies, she prayed to her goddess for strength. The priestess suddenly found a powerful mace in her folded hands and an indomitable courage in her heart. When she charged through the temple door, it said the very birds swooped from the treetops to pluck at the thieves' eyes. When the local duke heard of her bravery and the plight of the children, he diverted emergency supplies from his own hall to feed them. The brave priestess and her mace, Amoranet, little beloved, became symbols of Hylia's fierce protection. Grants restore moderate endurance once per rest. Ooh, that's quite good. You also have a staff and a only usable by a paladin, +2 intellect. This cloak was a gift given in friendship to a knight, Erige, by a Colchian dignitary in the early days of the Valian Empire. Impressed by the knight's noble qualities, the gift quickly became symbolic of a new alliance between elf and folk. The cloak has changed hands since then, but is still regarded as a high honour by all who receive it. The shimmering gold fabric is embroidered with red and silver scrollwork done in fine silk. The back of the cloak displays the outlines of an open rose. It always looks clean and well mended. There are dragon eggs here. We want those. Can I buy all the dragon eggs? Ooh, I could, possibly. There's also Taluntain's staff. It has extra reach. In a dark corner of Old Valia, far from the influence of civil society, stories tell of a school constructed for the training of wizards in a very small and obscure niche of magic, long forgotten by the rest of the world. High Master of the school was an elven mage known as Taluntain, who became aware of a growing problem. The aura cast by the school's particular magic was like a beacon to the unsavory creatures of the surrounding area. Marauding trolls from the nearby moors assailed its walls regularly. The High Master resolved to take action, and in his study he crafted a fearsome staff to incinerate the trolls. Oh, it can do fireball 3 times per rest! Ooh, I only just noticed that. As much as that seemed important at the time, a demanding and short-tempered Taluntain soon became preoccupied with other uses he discovered for his staff, namely the punishment of unruly students, and that would become its predominant function in the ensuing years. That's an interesting staff. But I do have 18 grand that I need to make up. So let's see if we can make up 18 grand. I bet we can by selling a lot of all this stuff that we do not need. Yeah, we probably don't need any of this. Should I be trying to make up all this money? No. Am I doing so anyway? Yeah. We do have a lot of random stuff here that's just clogging up our inventory. And it will better serve us being trade fodder for half a dozen dragon eggs. Do that, and before you know it, we now have money coming in, and a bunch of stuff that I'm just going to double check if there's anything here that we especially want. No, it looks like this is all just, this is all just fodder. That's the one perk of doing all these quests. We get tons of money in the form of items. I will use those eggs well.
Yes.
We can make quite a few bits of food with those. Right, let us leave. And save once we do leave. Probably get pickpocketed, because that's what happens when you go to big markets in RPGs. And then we'll go and look at other places. There are probably a few buildings I can go check out. It's getting quite late. There is a house there. We can go check there. And a few. We do need to hand in that scroll case.
Yes.
We should probably do that pretty soon. More people just having a chat. And living amongst the ruins of ancient buildings that were around even when their ancestors were young. We discovered the Builder's Hearth. Pedestal shadow creeps around the dais. Let's go in here. See if these people want to say hello. This is when they go, We don't know you, please leave. I'm like, understandable, have a nice day. Hello, there is nobody here. We could take stuff, but that would be stealing. Spread across a lumpy pallet of straw, the hide blankets are surprisingly soft. The dried herbs crunch between your fingers, giving off a sweet, floral aroma. There's nothing here for us. Nothing here for us at all. I'm half expecting these monks to launch an ambush against us. It would be very Pillars of Eternity for that to happen. So we cannot go that way, over to the Old Song District. There's just some tribesmen here and a Stelga. We got some XP for discovering that dwelling. Not that we need XP. Not that we need XP. And in here, there is someone who's named. Let's have a look at the things you can check out first. Seeds and husks have been scattered across the floor. The edge of the shelf is daubed with bird lime.
I'm here.
Hello.
Estremor.
Welcome to my home, Estremor. I am Lenzi, healer and guide. What brings you here? Tell me about yourself. The locals have called me a wise woman, a term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm a herbalist and healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children, and making remedies for those in pain. I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does, she blushes, but I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and silly. The short version is Beaker. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I have will be named after an Amonfath. I should be going. Well,
Yes?
that was a nice conversation, but nothing we can do there right now. I imagine there'll be a quest later that will prompt us to speak with you. Or maybe not. Maybe that whole thing was just a bit of fluff.
Certainly.
I can see that. So, there is the Old Sun District. Here is Elm's Reach District. More homes. No, Simok's Hearth will not have the warmth for the foster child. Will not have warmth for the foster child. Watch your words. Simok is an Amonfath. Still your heart, sisters. Irhadan's child is safe with him.
I'm here.
Your goddess would earn you welcome
I'm
at
here.
any hearth. Your goodness would earn you welcome to any hearth. Our reputation precedes us. It precedes us. That's good to hear. I'll note that a lot of people here are armed. This community definitely is a self-sufficient one. Everybody does their part. Ooh, we can't go into that one. So I suppose the only place we can now go, aside from the plot important place, is here. To the Celestial Sapling. Merla, that Glanfathom witch sold me useless twigs and herbs. Does she take me for a fool? This will not stand. I've been swindled, and Larry will pay for what she did.
You're
Hello?
quite friendly, aren't you?
She'll pay! That witch, she'll... Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Valian merchant sits, aims his wild rant at you as you approach. You there! Have you come here to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Spittle accents his every sentence. Liars! Cheats! Swindlers! That duplicitous wench Alari! She claims to be selling Alard Gola flower buds. All I have now are 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless! He throws a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves, kicking up pungent, savoury scents. I'll get my money back from that swindling savage. What did Alari say when you confronted her? Nothing of substance, he quickly mutters. She defended herself, of course, saying the herbs were legitimate. Why wouldn't she lie? No one will value my word over hers. He spits on the ground. Alari can lie with impunity when surrounded by her gangs of savage thugs. What do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about at the nearby Glanfathan guards. I'm in the savage's home court. Where does that leave me? I'd be a fool to threaten her here on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing on his temples. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin, and I'm powerless to confront Alari. I don't suppose... He looks at you, sizing you up. If you were willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would of course pay you handsomely for your troubles. I'll see what I can do.
Hail and well met.
Renato smiles broadly. My friend, welcome back. Have you recovered my coin? What do you have for sale? He looks away from you, scratching his neck and shifting his feet. I'm destitute and have but a few meagre offerings left to sell. How dreadfully embarrassing. If I can recover my investment from Lari, I'll have funds to resupply my stores. Until then, you're welcome to take a look at what I still have in stock. Generally herbs. Okay.
I'm here.
Generally herbs. There's also you, and there is Rotuk. Can I say hi to Rotuk? Hello, Rotuk. You want up, I pull. A nimble tongue carries more sting than any blade. Ah, so the ogre allows this lift to function. That's neat. So, we need to find some monks here. And there's another ogre.
Absolutely.
So where are the monks? Hunters, deerwoodens, named person, frightened villager. Goodbye passage to the republics, maybe.
Yes?
Hello? The man looks up sharply as you approach, eyes going wide. You! You're the one he's looking for. He sets down his wine. You killed Lord Raedric. What if I did? No, you don't understand. It didn't work. I'm one of the guards at the keep. Was one of the guards. He's killed most of them. The ones you didn't. I didn't kill any guards. Kolsk, he didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air, him. Nice enough to work for, I mean. Much nicer. But that didn't help him when Raedric came back. Gods, the screaming. His eyes. It was like he was burning inside. He shudders. He says he's come back to lead us like before. Says he's going to kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you. Give you his challenge. Do it all honourable, that sort of thing. He let me go. And I kept on running as far as my coin let me. He laughs bleakly. Funny. Running into you anyhow. Then perhaps I should seek him out. Yeah, sure, he'd love that, he will. Dying hasn't stopped him thinking himself noble, even when he's hurling poor Lendry off the wall. Me, I don't mean to go back there as long as I live. I figure I'll find work here in Twin Elm somewhere, even if I have to guard some hut dwellers' goats or something. Until then, I plan to drink until I don't remember any of what happened. Good luck to you. There's something awful out there howling after your blood. So Raedric is not as dead as we thought.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's concerning. Very concerning. So I need to find somewhere around here, in these rooms, a monk. Are there any monks up here? Ah! These look like the people we're looking for. We probably shouldn't linger here too long, though. Kind of have to save Gilded Vale from a recently resurrected Lord Raedric?
I'm here.
Or perhaps something worse has happened to him.
Greetings.
The monk massages his temples, his face buried in his palm. As you approach, he looks up. This room needs a proper door, he mutters. My brothers and I rented this space that we may have some measure of privacy in this foreign land. Perhaps you could find another room here at the inn. I met another monk in robes like your own. He died of his wounds right as I found him. The monk's eyes widen, his fists curl in a crackling barrage of popping joints. Robes like ours, you say? Was he carrying anything? Did he tell you anything? Hand you anything? Please, we've been waiting for another of our order to meet us here, and if you found him... All eyes fall to the floor as the monks begin to whisper chants in unison to their fallen friend. He gave me this missive. Hand me that! The monk exclaims as he snatches the missive from your grasp. Almost immediately, his face turns red. I mean, please, this is of great importance. Breaking the seals, the monk unrolls the handwritten scroll contained within and quickly reads the message, his lips breathlessly mouthing a text. He turns to address his brothers. My brethren, the Arch-Martyr has sent word. At long last, we now have what we need. A cat to claw at my chair. No, that's not it. But that's what's happening right now. Hello, Velma. Thank you, stranger. the monk says, folding his hands in front of him as he bows deeply. Your honest soul is to be applauded. I admit I was surprised when you handed me the message. I expected Basil's to be broken. The monk turns red, his face smiling for the first time. I'm glad to see common decency is not yet lost from this world. He reaches from the folds of his robes. Here, your honesty must be rewarded. And he handed me an item. Ayla Bracia. The small shield is a lightweight construction intended to be maneuvered in as swift and dynamic a fashion as its namesake. Despite the fine craftsmanship, it was most famously known as a weapon of a pit fighter, who used the shield and a distinctive, dance-like fighting style to turn his opponent's attacks against them. Ranged grazes reflected back to the attacker. That is very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
I'm here.
You know what else is interesting? And sad? That Gilded Vale's troubles are not yet over. We must return to Gilded Vale as quickly as possible. The grievances of that merchant can wait. We have to protect the people that we inadvertently put in danger by putting Kolsk in charge. Now that Kolsk is unable to protect these people, we must step up. Hopefully somebody else can then take the place of Kolsk, keep the people of Gilded Vale from descending into complete anarchy. Fingers crossed. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. It's going to take a while to get to Gilded Vale, but it will be worth it to save those people. It'll be worth it.